Well, having recently gotten married, I felt my home was subject to influences I wasn't comfortable with, watching the news, home invasions, and there was an abduction right down the street from my house. And although I live in an upscale neighborhood, I really felt that my family was exposed, and I can't be here all the time to protect my home. And so I got the need to look into protection dogs, and did quite a bit of research, and decided that that was the best route for us to go. It seems to me that in our current state of our economy, there's a lot more insecurity and seeming desperation that is occurring, that's motivating a lot of these home invasions. And our feeling is that it could get worse before it gets better. And whatever that means, I'm recommending to anybody that I know and care about that it is a good idea that you do have multiple levels of security, including a protection dog. A protection dog, for me, is that it works for not only a good deterrent, but a great companion. And God forbid anybody was to come into my home uninvited, that it's not just something for show, but something that could actually protect our home.
When Steve first came to me about getting a protection dog, I was extremely fearful. I had been raised my whole life that dogs were scary, and I wasn't comfortable at all with a protection dog, let alone any dog. One of the things I was afraid of is having a protection dog and not a real dog, a dog that you could play with and, have a companionship with. And we were able to with this dog. He's just like any other dog, and it's pretty incredible to witness something like that.
The experience that I've got with the dog that CPI delivered to us, the first thing I noticed was just what a calm demeanor that the dog had. Second thing I noticed was how intimidating the dog looked. And you would think that a dog that looks as intimidating as that dog would be a fearful animal to be around. But my wife and I quickly realized how much the dog just wanted to be loved and petted, and laying his head on our lap.
As soon as we let him in our home, I realized that he was such a loving dog, an obedient dog. He listened instantly.
When we did the training with him, I couldn't believe it just turned on like a switch and looked like a completely different animal. What's more is, as soon as you turn the switch off, he went back to that little lovable creature that, we just absolutely have fallen in love with the dog. He is incredible.
My husband didn't just buy a protection dog. He bought one of the best protection dogs CPI had to offer. And I am completely impressed with knowing that after only 4 days of training, that as fearful as I have been my whole life about dogs, now I feel comfortable and confident. A top-notch dog needs a top-notch trainer, and CPI was definitely able to deliver that kind of training. And I know it wasn't easy for them. I knew nothing about dogs. And in the 4 days they were here, I felt as though I learned so much that now I feel comfortable and confident.
By the second day of our training with the dog, we took him down into the inner city on the beach, and walking around off leash with people everywhere, dogs everywhere, distractions everywhere, and our dog just stayed right by our side, completely focused on us. As if you had observed it yourself, you'd think that that dog has been our dog his entire life. Just absolutely amazing. I think the most impressive part about dealing with CPI for me has been the absolute devotion to getting it right for the client. CPI is top notch all the way, and that is from its staff to its facility, to its dogs. I would recommend absolutely CPI if you're looking for a protection dog.